here, 1v1, Siwal Frontier, blue side. Jim Beam is a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt with some awesome offense and a bit of support here and there too. Up against, on the red side, PaperBaG is a Plague Champion, starts off range combat, damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapon and some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Looking pretty colourful there, the old Plague Champion. Double Termagants for Jim Beam. Recently did a cast with this guy and he went super swarmy nids, which could backfire immensely versus a Plague Champion. PaperBaG not going for the double heretics. No, gets a node up first. Straight into Havocs maybe. Does he know that he's up against a Lictor Alpha? I'm not sure. This guy is waiting to engage. We might see him go straight after the Plague Champion, since tying up the Plague Champion early on is a big deal, since he's terrible, absolutely terrible by default in melee combat, and you're making him not fire that bolter of his. Looks like he is going to go after the Plague Champion. There we go. He's got double Hormagaunts. Not double Termagaunts. Oh, double Hormagaunts and double Termagaunts, of course. We might see Fetid and Light Grenades perhaps from the Plague Champion. Certainly what I would try to go for. Heretics almost wiping out to those double Hormagaunts, but they do get away. Plague Champion still tied up by that Lictor Alpha. Look how much damage he's taken. And there's a flesh hook on the CSM. And a special attack. These guys might drop models here. Hormagaunts are on them, but they in turn are forcing melee combat on the Termagants, which the Termagants do not like, and now they have to retreat through the Hormagaunts. Ouch. Dropping 2 models in quick succession, but they'll get away fine, I think. Yeah, 74 hit points. They should be okay. Lictor Alpha can't get another hit in and can't use his flesh hook. As you can see, Jim Beam completely neglecting capping his natural power to get all of those Termagants and Hormagaunts up and push, and he's getting yet more Termagants, really. That's crazy. Double Hormagaunts, triple Termagants opening. That is just asking to get grenaded, surely. Maybe he wants to wait for tier 2 Icon of Nurgle instead. Nice Noise Marines for PaperBaG. Good choice. Big AoE damage, which will really hurt all these Termagants and Hormagaunts. Keep them separated, of course, and they do have that cacophony to save them from melee as well, and that will also knock down a Lictor Alpha, who goes for Pheromone to support all of these Gaunts and Gants. These guys getting the power. Double Hormagaunts, triple Termagants. I cannot wait to see this. Noise Marines will have a field day here. Little blast of the Sonic Blaster. Look how much damage it did. But he saw the Hormagaunts coming in. There is the Pheromones, which debuffs enemies, although, yeah, we do see a debuff circle there. Oh, Black Grenades are up, but he misses the first throw completely, yes. He might be able to do some really nasty stuff, especially, oh no, loses his Noise Marines immediately. Wow, massive misplay there from PaperBaG. Should have retreated them the hell out after Cacophony wore off. Is that what he did and they still went down? I just stopped looking at them, assuming they were going to get away. Aspiring Champion on the Heretics. Touch of Nurgle might come in massive handy here, even though it was nerfed. And it did affect it quite a lot when using it with Heretics. I use it far less myself, although it was a justified adjustment, I think. PaperBaG down to just 2 squads here. He needs a really good Blight Grenade throw to get back into this game, I think. Or a good touch of Nurgle engagement, maybe, hoping that Jim Beam does not notice it and bunches everything around the Hormagaunts. There is that Pheromone ability, though. Pheromone Cloud, that's it. Allowing these Hormagaunts to reinforce and debuffing those Heretics. And it's an awesome accessory. And he's obviously playing into that with all of these Termagants and Hormagaunts. He's going to go tier 2 with this, I guess. Oh no, he's going to lose a Hormagaunt Brood, though. Did not pay attention, and they were just straight up shot down by CSM, but he did wipe the Heretics. And PaperBaG is down to a single squad. And now some Warrior Brood for Jim Beam. It's pretty crazy so far. Termagants on... Oh, they're not capping. Some misplays here and there for Jim Beam. 4-3-1 to 4-1-9. PaperBaG does have a double But it's only because Jim Beam is neglecting to cap that VP right now. And still not capping this one. He needs to notice some more heretics for PaperBaG. There we go. And here is the Warrior Brood. And I guess we're going to see Adrenal Glands to get all of that synapse feedback from these Termagants and Hormagaunts. Bowel Spirit in play now for the Plague Champion. Can go after that power. Oh, you see this Lictor Alpha dancing. That's because he's been hit with Bilious Discharge and is being shot at, which effectively roots a target in place because those debuffs stack. 412 to 408. Can he go after the power right now? Oh, it's only a node. Termagants now coming into play. Doesn't have any upgrades for his Termagants and Hormagaunts, I don't think. No. And Heretic's doing a good job. Can they get a Warrior Brood model even? Got pretty close to doing so. It's a triple cap for Jim Beam. PaperBaG will get this node down and levels to 3. Still double Termagants out in the field, and look at the map. Jim Beam has the entirety of this central spine here. And Heretics need to be careful. Doesn't want to lose another one of them. They will get away fine since that's Termagants in retreat path and not Hormagaunts. Lictor Alpha going in to engage that Plague Champion and gets a good special straight away. It's going after Gens here is Jim Beam. This is not being built, so that's going to go down pretty quickly. 412 to 317. Steal that triple cap. There's a Black Grenade throw. Does a hell of a lot of damage if you stand in it. But Warriors, are they going to drop a model from the infection here? They might if they're unlucky. No, they should get away. There we go. One Gen goes down. Only has Heretics and his Plague Champion to defend with. Hasn't really made those Black Grenades work yet, but he still has time. You have CSM capping the bottom. There's the 2-to-1, and here come those Heretics again. And there's Touch of Nurgle now. Forces the Hormagaunts off immediately and the Termagants, but they did get all 3 of the generators there, Jim Beam. So mission accomplished, and made him use 150 red to defend there, which killed some Hormagaunts, but not a whole lot else. Gen's in the middle from Jim Beam, trying to spread out his power now that he knows PaperBaG has that Bowel Spill. Doesn't want him hitting a power and taking out 3 Gens with it. What does he do here? Does he cap or does he bash? Going for the node. 412 to 263. Heretics forced to retreat. PaperBaG holding on. There's 2 units in play. CSM don't even have a ton of war. They are level 3 though. How the heck did that happen? Oh, I guess it's because they pretty much soloed that Hormagaunt Brood, so they got all of the XP from it. Black Grenade throw. Misses again. Flesh Hook came after he retreated, so won't pull him back. Jim Beam being aggressive with his decaps. CSM are going to drop models if they're not careful. That is triple Termagant shooting at you. And they do get out. And now he can cap that central VP maybe. Nope, he's on the prowl. Any more war gear for this Lictor Alpha? No, he's on his way to level 3 though. Now looking to go after generators again. Doesn't have any toxin sacks up on his Termagants. And he's floating resources here, Jim Beam. There's the tier 2. Could get a Turret Guard and probably see this game out. Maybe a Zone Throw. Pheromone Cloud goes up. Touch of Nurgle though in play. And look at that juicy target for a Black Grenade. Heretics might wipe on retreat. Does he have the Flesh Hook? There's a Black Grenade throw. Boom! And it hits incredibly well. Good grief, that killed a lot of stuff. Don't think he might even lose a Brood or Troop. Wow. Wow. Lost 2 of the Termagant Broods. All because of that Black Grenade throw. With the Bowel Spewer a little bit on retreat as well. That was painful. Leveled this guy up to almost 6. Well, that's evened it up. That's evened it up big time. But does PaperBaG get here? Maybe some Chosen Plague Marines. Does he have the red? 175, yep. Has 250. Chosen Plague Marines would be pretty damn cool here. Jim Beam has 587 red. That's insane. What does he get here? Gene Stealers maybe? Although, oh, another Black Rain throw, although Touch of Nurgle continues to be a threat to Gene Stealers. There are, oh, it's Blood Crusher on the way. So it's probably going to go for a Venom Brood. Venom Brood deal with a Blood Crusher incredibly quickly. They do so much damage. And Blood Crusher only has 600 hit points, of course. Heretics are going to fight some Adrenal Gland Warriors. These guys are dangerously low on hit points. And there's Touch of Nurgle. Can't quite... Oh, he's going to get 2 models, I think. Really? 48 hit points and 2 models. That was pretty damn lucky. And a Spore Mine drop from Jim Beam just to stop those guys in their tracks. Can he kill something here? But he's instantly going to get the Touch of Nurgle explosion, isn't he? Didn't even get a model there. There we go. And now he detonates again. Here's the Blood Crusher. You got to assume as soon as he sees this thing, he's going to get Venom Brood up. Level 3 Lictor Alpha. Yep, there's the Venom Brood purchase. TSM are now level 4. Get Marco Zinch going, maybe. You'll shoot down the warriors so fast. What are these guys up to? Oh, I thought they were stuck, but they are moving. Here comes the Bower Splitter wielding Plague Champion to bash some gens. Getting so much XP from that Black Grenade throw and the gen bashing, of course. Since he's doing all of the damage to the generators, but he does get jumped on and forced to run away soon enough. Does he have Fetid? No. Might go down. Hormagaunts here now do have Adrenal Glands and does go down. 3, 2, 1, 2, 6, 3. Oh, down goes the Lictor Alpha though. Was watching bottom, I guess. Otherwise, why would you engage the Blood Crusher? We'll see what the Venom Brood can do. It's going to be dicey for the Blood Crusher. Oh, Chosen Plague Marines hit the field. Awesome. Unique Plague Marines for the Plague Champion these guys have. I think it's around 20 DPS power melee on these Plague Knives. And they do damage over time, which stacks indefinitely. Though, of course, it does have a duration timer. Plasma Pistols also, and Nurgle's Rot, not to mention an improved Death Explosion compared to regular Plague Marines. These guys will heal each other with their Death Explosion. And they combine that with Nurgle's Rot. And you can Death Explode and create a whole bunch of zombies. Tier 3 for Jim Beam. That could be a shrewd choice. Get that Carnifex up. Wow, we saw the damage the Blood Crusher took, I assume, from those Venom Brood. He can't use Crippling Poison on these guys. They're going to drop models pretty quickly, yeah. He's going to get another one, I think. Smack, 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 smack. Yeah, gets another Venom Brood. 270 to 363. PaperBaG. Going to have a VP advantage soon. Talk about a turning point in that Black Grenade throw. These guys going to take the garrison? No. Chosen PM's now backing away. Lictor Alpha needs to be repurchased. Blood Crusher very low, but does survive. Does have Heretics to worship and or repair that guy. PaperBaG is more than holding on now. He is right back into this game. Spore Mine drop. No, without number drop. There is Nurgle's Rot. Will create zombies of any enemy units that are killed right now. Taking a lot of damage though. There's some Hormagaunt zombies. He might be waiting to drop a model for the explosion. Nope, retreats out and doesn't lose a model. That is pretty damn lucky. As you can see, Chosen Plague Marines with 2250 hit points. These guys are tough, though it is regular infantry armor, not heavy infantry. Plague Champion hits level 7. And here's that Blood Crusher. Needs to charge down that Venom Brood, I think. Spore Mine drop to try and shut down those CSM, they detonate, but these guys are level 4, remember, and they do have Marco Zinch. They're targeting the Termagants, though. They're going to shoot them down if Jim B's not careful. Pretty close to losing them there. These Spore Mines are taken out, and here come the Warrior Brood and Hormagaunts. Black Grenade throw does get the Warriors. Now he needs to keep them separated from the rest of his army so it doesn't spread. Hormagaunts backing away. Venom Brood now getting shots on. Look at the damage on that Blood Crusher. 220, 248. Warrior Brood can weigh in with their heavy melee damage as well. There's the Demonic Roar. 220 to 234. A triple cap now for Jim Beam without number. Helping him out quite a lot here. Blood Crusher might go down. Not before it levels to 2. Does go down. Warriors finishing it off. The Venom Brood forced to retreat because the Plague Champion was around. Chosen PM shooting those plasma guns. They do a good job with those plasma pistols because they never enter a melee charge. So they shoot them quite a lot. They're going to try and cap mid. Bloodletters on the way for PaperBaG. And I guess he's going to go tier 3 after, maybe. Carnifex on the way. That's a big problem for PaperBaG. Although he doesn't have the resources to upgrade it now, Jim Beam. And yeah, he's super wreck-starved. He can't upgrade his Carnifex and he can't repurchase the Lictor Alpha. And here comes the Plague Champion again. On the power. Although requisition is a much greater concern here for Jim Beam. He's just bleeding so much stuff. Can't even reinforce his Venom Brood. Sends them back to HQ to reinforce now. There's a Capillary Tower up to help these guys chase the Plague Champion. But there's the Black Grenade throw. And that might wipe out both of those Hormagaunts if he's not careful. Spreads to the Termagant. Spreads to the Warriors. They should be okay. They're going to get into base soon. Tier 3 it is for PaperBaG. Carnifex hits the field though momentarily. Even in its default state, it's going to be a massive pain in the ass. 1350 hit points, right? Yeah. With a whole bunch of heavy melee damage. At least 100, I guess. Thornback just makes it even more of a problem. Takes up to 1750, I think. Or is it 1650 now? Maybe we'll see. Doing big chunks of damage to those Chosen Plague Marines each hit. Oh, there's Crippling Poison. We do see it in the end. And the broods that you drop without number are already upgraded, which is what makes it a really nice global. It's just 250 red, I think. Chosen PMs using their Nurgle's Rot so the Hormagaunts can much more safely come in here, knowing they're not going to create... Oh, they do create zombies. What? They weren't affected by it, were they? Very strange. I could have sworn they were not affected. I did not see the visual effect on those Hormagaunts and they still created zombies. 148 to 140. It's a triple cap now for PaperBaG. Just wiped out Hormagaunt Brood, I believe. But look at the army Jim Beam still has. Cannot upgrade the Carnifex. Cannot repurchase the Lictor Alpha. But still pretty scary because PaperBaG has pretty much no way to deal with this Carnifex right now. As long as it has melee resist, the Bloodletters can't do a whole lot. Apart from kind of annoying it. Capping now is Jim Beam. Down goes that Capillary Tower. Termagant's coming to the bottom to grab that VP. Bow Spear is still staying relevant. This guy's level 9 is going for the Plague Fist now. Is that to help him cap? I guess so. Could get Armor of Pestilence as well. And he's got enough. Oh no, he doesn't. He's got 450 ready. He's not that far off dropping his nuke though. There's a Black Grenade. It is dodged, and Armor of Pestilence was on the way, but taken down by the Carnifex. Was an awesome sync kill and thrown into whatever the hell this thing was and breaking it. That was awesome. 84 to 135. Jim Beam with a 2-to-1 needs to be disciplined and spread and keep things capped, I guess. Bloodletters are a massive threat to those Warriors though, with their incredibly scary power melee and awesome weapon skill or melee skill, whatever it's called. Carnifex going for a Barb Strangler. I would have definitely gone for Thornback, but this is going to hurt a hell of a lot too. He's actually forcing melee combat right now, more without number, which reinforces the depleted Termagants, I think they were, and of course drops more stuff, but there's the nuke. And they're going to retreat right through it. That is so much dead stuff. Wow. Did he... I think he got one brood. The others just about get out of there. So close to wiping all of those broods. But they will now have to reinforce like crazy. Awesome, awesome nuke. How many models did that kill? Somebody can count it up. 84 to 101. Bloodletters versus Adrenal Gland Warriors. These warriors were already very low on hit points though, and this is not a fight that they want at all. Lucky to get away there, I think. Level 9 Plague Champion with 1604 hit points. Taking hits, or rather delivering hits against that Carnifex, which will no longer have melee resist because of that buff Strangler. Used Pestilent Strike for some reason. Not going to help you out in melee. 82 to 96. Well, not against something that can't be stunned. He's doing a lot of damage here. Jim Beam needs to move this thing off. What's he up to? 77 to 96. He just wants to kill this guy, I suppose. That is massively risky. Takes down the Carnifex. What was Jim Beam doing? Noxious Cloud now. Big misplay from Jim Beam. That could cost him this match here. Chosen Plague Marines just wiping out some termagants, leveling to almost level 4. And that's one of the downsides of this big swarming army that Jim Beam likes to run. Just trying to keep track of everything. So difficult. Although that Carnifex wasn't the case of losing track of stuff. He just misjudged it. Obviously thought that the Carnifex would take down the Plague Champion 1v1. And ordinarily it would have, but that Plague Champion was level 10 and not messing around. And here's the triple cap, 27 to 96. And PaperBaG is going to see out this victory, it seems. Does not have time to contest 2 of the points, I don't think. Here we see the triple, and there is the game for PaperBaG. Some mistakes here and there for Jim Beam, and a big mistake in losing that Carnifex. So much stuff died. What is this stat screen going to look like at the end of the game? PaperBaG lost Heretics, Noise Marines, or Blood Crusher. Was that it? I think that was it. And Jim Beam, of course, losing countless models and broods. Very, very Tyranidy, but he ends up losing to the Plague Champion of PaperBaG. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.